Good morning, Ridge. Welcome back to another edition of Lions Live. I'm John.
And I'm Maddie. Here's what's happening around the Ridge and the world on Monday, September 30th, 2019.
The varsity football team lost by a score of 28-6 when they traveled to Mountain View on Friday night. All points coming from kicker Albert Jang. The Lions will be back in action this Friday when they host Mill Creek in the first home game since August.
Every now and then we find ourselves in the right place at the right time. For one Ohio teenager, that time came while he was spending the afternoon doing some gardening with his mother last Saturday. Laura Clark and his 16-year-old son, Zach, were in the front yard of their Butler home working on flower beds when they heard a female neighbor call out for help. They stated, quote, "The car was pressing against his head and crushing on his ribs. I said there's no way we can lift this car, but I can see in Zach's face that he wasn't going to give up," end quote. Zach positioned himself at the front of the car near the hood and managed to lift the car long enough for Laura and the neighbor's wife to, according to him, to pull him underneath. His mother stated, quote, "It doesn't surprise me that he did this. He just has a huge heart," end quote.
The MLB postseason is over, and the postseason is set. The playoffs will start tomorrow night when the Brewers take on the Nationals in the NL wildcard game. The hometown Braves will be in action starting on Thursday night when they begin a 5-game series with the St. Louis Cardinals. This marks the first time the two teams have been in the postseason since the 2012 wildcard game. Manager Brian Snitker stated in an interview yesterday, quote, "We like the matchup. St. Louis has a good team, but we have had months of preparation for this, and this is why you work all year for October baseball."
If it weren't surrounded by bright stage lights and a house on a stage in the Universal backlot, the set of Kelly Clarkson's new talk show could be the setting for the coolest new bar in Austin, Texas. With natural and cozy textures, expertly mismatched patterns, and funky light choices throughout, it projects a warm and inviting vibe that's not unlike the one in the first time talk show host projects herself. Quote, "I love talking and I genuinely like people," end quote. Clarkson says. Case in point, it took her mere seconds for her to prove that true as we sat and mic'd up for our interview. Our producers seemingly used to finding ways to elegantly interrupt chatty Clarkson, how to step in so we could start recording the interview properly. Clarkson added, quote, "We learn so much from others when we take time to listen," end quote.
Fun fact, Judge Judy is TV's highest paid host, and Dr. Phil. Now here's Maddie with the weather.
Today we'll see a high of 91 degrees and a low of 68 degrees with a 10% chance of rain. Are you tired of listening to the same old top 50 hip-hop hits at homecoming dances? With homecoming just around the corner, you can request songs for the dance at the site www.prhssongrequest.com. Just a reminder, no explicit songs will be played. Well, that's all the news here for you today. I'm Maddie.
And I'm John. Have a great day, Ridge.